erupted to stardom last year and took home the Best Screenplay Oscar for Good Will Hunting. Since then, he starred in the blockbuster hit Armageddon, has a brand new film, Shakespeare in Love. Please welcome back to the show, cutie patootie, Ben Affleck.
Nice.
Isn't it nice?
This is the last time I was on your show was the LA thing, so I never actually saw your official digs.
This is the New York digs, a little smaller, a little more intimate.
You know, a little homier.
A little bit.
That's a nice touch.
Yes, it is. Now, I haven't seen you since the big Oscar win, have I?
I know, that's right. You haven't, I guess.
And congratulations to you. My goodness, my goodness. I love that you went with your mom.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, people say that, but it's like, there wasn't really much of a choice who I was taking to that. You know what I mean? I got nominated for the Oscar. The first phone call was, you know, Mom, like, you know who you're taking, don't you?
Right,
you know who's going with you. Yeah. But, yeah, I went with my mom, and it was nice.
Is it all a blur, or do you sort of, do you remember it? Or
it's kind of a blur. You know, you remember these weird things that kind of stand out about it, like I remember being in the line walking in with my mom, and you can't really tell from the like E-channel intro or whatever, but it's really hectic and kind of frantic, and you're kind of bumping into people, and I bumped into this guy, and he sort of turned around and looked at me, and I was like, oh, Mom, this is Moses, this is Charlton Heston. You know? And you all act like I know Charlton Heston, but I'm like, Mom, Chuck. And the only other thing I remember about that was that later on in the middle, I had to get up and go to the bathroom, you know what I mean? And I had already won the Oscar, and you don't want to let it go, you know what I mean, because that's your Oscar. And if you lose it, you know, it's gone. You can't go back and be, you know, it's not McDonald's where you're like, I dropped my cheeseburger. You know what I mean? You don't get another Oscar. So you take it with you, and I was just in the urinal, so I just kind of put it on the urinal, you know what I mean, and balanced it out.
Right.
I'm standing there, and you know, just sort of going about my business. And then I sort of look over, and there's Moses again next to me. I was kind of, and you don't really want to do the, like, you know, it's Moses, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But let's just, you know.
That's a big demerit when you get up to heaven. Who is next? Ben Affleck. Looked at Moses' weenie. Directly to purgatory.
Now, good for you, Moses. Very nice.
This looks nice.
This is in honor of this movie, Shakespeare in Love, that I'm here to
chat about.
Plug and talk about.
It's a great movie, and you're great in it. Now, did you feel a little bit bad when they said we need a very arrogant actor called Ben Affleck? Because that's the character you play.
Yeah, I kind of play like the most. Well, he's the equivalent of, I guess, you know, in Shakespeare's day, whoever the biggest star, like the Tom Cruise of that day. You know what I mean? All right.
An enjoyable comparison.
I'm a little, you know, I thought we had a thing last time. You know what I mean?
No,
I'm a little jealous.
No, we connected.
Because we almost kind of kissed. I thought there was some electricity.
Yeah, there was a tension. There was something there.
She's being nice to me.
Okay, that's all I have to say about the whole thing.
Anyway, yes. So it's the most sort of, and he's full of himself and obnoxious and.
Not like my Tommy.
No, not like your Tom is a very nice, decent guy, actually.
Thank
I met
you.
him once. Very kind, very sweet. Yeah. Just in terms of stardom.
Right.
In terms of attitude, he's more like me. You know what I mean? A little loud, a little.
Well, and we have a great scene when you first come into the theater, and this guy is, this old owner of the theater is sort of trying to take over and be sort of like a tough guy.
Yeah, he's kind of this sort of mobster, sort of moneylender guy who's taken on this play as a debt, you know what I mean? And basically, he's going to tell everybody how it is, you know what I mean? And then, and meanwhile, Shakespeare needs actors for his play, but he doesn't really like the actors that he has because they're the kind of like rank and file guys while my company is out on tour and we're the professional actors. And though he knows he needs kind of the star, but he doesn't really want me to play the lead because it's like he thinks it's too good for me, basically, but he knows he needs me in the play, so he kind of talks me into playing a secondary role.
In a very funny way. He talks you into it. It's a great movie, and you're great in it, and I love the accent. We'll talk about that after the clip. But take a look at Ben in Shakespeare in Love.
Dear my men are returned to the house! Ned! Good to see you. Who is this? Silence, you dog! I am Hieronymo. I am Tamburlaine. I am Faustus. I am Barabbas. Oh, yes, Master Will, I am Henry VI. What is the play, and what is my part?
One moment, sir.
Who are you?
I'm the money.
Then you may remain, so long as you remain silent.
You're really good at it. Is it your first movie in tights?
It is, in fact, not only is it my first movie in tights, but it's my first experience in tights that I'm willing to admit to. Not only that, but you notice how like all the shots are kind of waist up? Because I know this is, you know, a G-rated show, but apparently they were very specific about like, no, we have to have period accurate costumes. It's like the BBC costume people, and they're very serious about like, no, you wouldn't have it like that. And so you have to do it just right. And the first day, it's tights and a huge cod piece is what you wear.
A cod piece?
Yeah, and it's not
Which is like a cup?
It's see, that's what you think it is,
But
that's not what it is. What it is really is, I don't know how you say this. It's a cloth representation of your masculinity. And it protrudes.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding. And like,
dangling for the audience to see?
It not dangling. It pointed up. And it's like the more, it's supposed to indicate your stature. So if you're a man of stature, you have literally, I mean, this is where our whole fixation came from, a good-sized cod. And, you know, you'd have your tailor make it and tell him, no, bigger.
He said, God, you frightened me for a moment there. A good-sized cod. D. Understood. God.
And the more, you know, status you get, the more they, like, decorate it and hang things off of it and everything. So, like, they wanted to make it period accurate, but then I think the head of studio was like, oh, God. No. We have to, no.
Want to hear how sick I am? I'm going to go back and re-see the film now because I didn't notice the cod
You're going to get, like, the DVD freeze frame.
Exactly. There it is.
Oh, my God.
Were you thrown by the accent? Because you're very good at it.
Thank you. You know, I was totally intimidated. I mean, this is really a cool movie. I'm really proud of it. And there's all these, you know, legendary British actors in it. I mean, Dame Judi Dench. I thought that was an insult. You know what I mean? She's a crazy dame. You know, that's like, they knight you. And they
exactly.
Call you
Dame Judi Dench.
Yes. And Jeffrey Rush from Shine and like, I mean, all these incredible British actors. And I didn't want to be just like standout American Henry. You know what I mean? Who kind of can't do the accent, and all the Brits are like, we know why he got the part. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I just drilled myself on like learning the accent and learning the shit. See, the movie's not Shakespeare. In other words, it's about Shakespeare, but it's not a play. It's actually much more kind of, you know, accessible, really, than Shakespeare
definitely, because I don't get Shakespeare. I got this movie. It's very funny.
Yeah, thank you. Well, you and me both.
It is. There's a guy in it who is playing Shakespeare, and he's in love with the Gwyneth Paltrow character who has to marry a schmucky guy.
Right, and the only, like, occasionally do you see lines from actual Shakespeare when we're putting on the play. Right. So I had 1 or 1.5 lines, but I really studied them, and they had a guy from the Royal Shakespeare Company come down, and I was like, okay, just explain it to me again. What does it mean?
For 2 lines?
For 2 lines. Because I just really didn't want to be about all the British actors kind of like me. Yes. You know, but...
Poor lad, American can't do 2 lines. How is your friend Matt Damon?
Matt is excellent. He's just finished, in fact, a couple of weeks ago, finished The Talented Mr. Ripley that he did with Gwyneth and Jude Law, which is Anthony Minghella next. What am I, promoting his movie?
That's all right. That's nice of you. But when are you going to write another movie?
We're supposedly now.
Now listen, you're 20 years old. You wrote this. You won the Oscar.
I know.
Start writing. Come on.
You think that makes it easier? We're going to write like Porky's 3 for the next one. You
That's
know what
okay.
I mean? So like, we weren't trying that hard. You know what I mean? Of course it's not Good Will Hunting.
You should write a movie, Cod Pieces and their history or something.
We're gonna start writing very soon.
Well, I can't wait because what a great movie that was, and this is a great movie as well. You're working all the time. I loved Armageddon too.
Oh, thank you very much.
I love that scene with you and the horse, and you were on her tummy, and with the little cookie or whatever.
Animal crackers.
That was so cute.
Thank you very much.
No, really, you were adorable in that.
I appreciate it. Thanks. No, that was one of those scenes where you're kind of like, what do you mean? And I have the animal cracker, and she's lying there.
Okay, now you want to know something? I'm in the theater going, I bet he thought that up himself.
Oh, really?
I bet that's the kind of sensitive lover he is. You see how I live in my head like that?
Is that sensitive? I put animal crackers down her underwear. I I didn't know that girls like that kind of thing.
If anyone did that to me, home run. No matter who it is. Merry Christmas to you and yours. It's lovely to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Rosie, Shakespeare in Love. It opens nationwide January 8th. We'll be right back after this.